Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you how I made this cardigan. It's the Harry Styles inspired cardigan and it's very beginner friendly, and this is the back and how it looks like, and I hope you guys like it. So let's get to the video. So before anything, these are the materials you'll need. This is the pattern I'm using. I used a total of 45 squares. This is for the back panel, just pause to read. This is for the front panel, and this is for the sleeves. So for the square, you're going to start by making a slip knot, and this is how I make mine. And then you're going to chain 23. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 and 22. So this is the ideal number you need, but you're going to add an extra chain, so that will make 23, and this is how it looks like. So once you have your chain 23, you're going to start, and we're going to be doing half double crochets all the way across. So you're going to insert your hook on the second loop, not the first chain but the second one, sorry, not the first one but the second one. So wrap your hook around the yarn and insert your hook on the second chain from the hook like that, and you're going to pull through one, and then you'll have 1 2 and 3 and pull through all 3. So wrap your yarn around the hook, insert your hook in the next chain that's following, pull through 1 and then pull through all 3. Once again, wrap your yarn around the hook like that, then you have 1 and 2, insert your hook inside the chain, pull through 1 and pull through 3. So this is basically how it turns out, and you're going to repeat the half double crochet all the way until you reach the end of the row. Once you get to the end of the row, and you should make sure you've reached the end, and this is how it looks like, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and then and continue with the half double crochets on the first chain here. I hope you can see, and you continue. You're going to do what you've simply been doing on the previous row, but on this row. And this is how it looks like once you get to row 2, and you're going to repeat this until you have 18 rows. And once I'm done with my 18 rows, I'll come and show you how it looks like. So I'm currently at row 3, and I just wanted to show you what not to do when you get to this point. You have to make sure that at the end of each row you insert your hook on this chain. Don't forget it, otherwise your square will end up not being straight. So yarn over, insert your hook on the last chain here, pull through 1, and then you have 1 2 3, and pull through 3, and then chain 1. Don't forget to chain 1, otherwise it will be crooked. And then turn your work and continue from here, the immediate first chain, and you're going to half double crochet once again till you reach row 18. So once you're done with the square, this is how it should turn out. When you reach the end, you're going to chain 1 and cut the yarn off. And this is how it should look like. You're going to do this until you have a total of 45 squares. So in my case, I was using 3 colors, so I made 15 of this peach-like color yarn. I made 15 red squares, and I made 15 white squares. So in total I had 45, and now I'm going to show you guys how to attach one square to the other. Okay, so in case you're a size large, you're going to make 51 squares instead of 45. And then now I'm going to show you how to attach the squares to each other. And the first place you're going to be working on is the back panel, but before that I'm going to show you how to attach this to this. So I'm attaching this peach color to the red square, and you're going to need yarn that belongs to either of the squares. So in my case, I'm using my peach and red, and I'm going to use this color yarn, but alternatively I can choose to use the red. I just can't use the white because otherwise it would clash. So you're going to take your needle and attach a reasonable sized thread to it, and then you're going to confirm that you have this side with the V's and not this side that you started with, this side, and you're going to put these ends together like this. I've already weaved in my ends. So as you can see, I have this V side facing this V, and I'm going to take my needle, put it across both like that, and to start off you're going to make a tight knot at the beginning, like that. And then to continue, you're going to be working with the outer part of the V's. This is how it looks like. This is why I'm referring to it as V, because it's V shaped. And you're going to take your needle, put it across the outer part of the V like this, and pull, and you're going to take the other side, and on the outer part of the next V that's opposite to it, you're going to take it and pull. So you're only working with the outer part. So take your needle on the other side, on the outer part of the V, you're going to take your yarn and pull, and you're going to repeat on the other side. On the outer part, make sure you don't go on this other side, otherwise you'll mess the pattern up. So you pull once again on this outer part of my V. I'm going to take my needle, put it there, pull, and repeat all the way to the end. Again, make sure you're only working with the outside part of the V. So once you're done, this is how it should look like. And now we're going to work on the back panel. So it means I'm going to be attaching 15 set squares together. So this is only 2. I'm going to add 13 more, so I can have a total of 15. So you should make sure that no similar colored squares are together. So I'm going to put white here. I'm going to put my white here, and I'll do this until I have a total of 15 squares attached together. Now when it comes to putting the edges together, when I say edges I mean these sides. There's basically no formula. You just take your needle and make sure you put the squares close together like this. And you pull. So this is my working side where all my yarn looks kind of untidy on this side, but on this side it looks neater on this side. So even here it will look neat once you're completely done. So don't worry about the edges and how they turn out, because you simply just take your needle and pass it through and through, but making sure you don't leave a big gap. You see the size I'm working with, just insert your hook, and on the other side there's basically no formula to the edges. You just pass your needle across until you get to the end. So don't worry about how it turns out. As long as you do it correctly, it will still come out looking good. So if you do the edges properly, this is how it should turn out. It should have a neat finish. Even though the inside looks like this is how it should look like. So I'm going to meet you once I've done all my 15 squares. So for the back panel, I was making 15 squares attached to each other. This is 5 by 3 and I made 15, and this is how it looks like. I've already weaved in my ends and I have 15, and next we are going to be working on the front panel. So this is my order of how I choose to attach my squares. So for the front panel, I'm going to do the 2 by 3. I've already done it. So you're going to need to have 6 squares, and you're going to do it twice. So you'll have 6 squares on one side and 6 squares on the other. So the next part you're going to be working on is the sleeves. So for the sleeves, I haven't attached the squares together yet, but the squares next to each other are of different colors. You have to make sure it looks like similar to this. So I'm going to attach these squares together just like I've been doing to the rest, using my needle, and then I'm going to show you guys the next procedure. So for the sleeves, once you're done, I did 1 2 3 3 times 3. You're going to fold your work like this, and you're going to take your needle and you're going to attach this by sides together, because you need to put your arm through here. So you're going to fold, and you see I have my white box here and a white box here, so that's why I'm going to use my white yarn to attach till this point until I change the yarn. So I'm just going to put my needle here, and this yarn needs to be slightly longer, and then I'm going to tie a knot. But this is not my working side, so I'm going to turn my work like that, because this is the kind of messy side and I don't want to mess it up. So you're just going to do what you've been doing. You take one loop from this side and one loop from the other side and pull. And basically I'm going to repeat this process with my white yarn until I get to this end, and then I'm going to change my yarn color and I'm going to show you the results. So for the arms, this is what you should have once you're done. This is the neater side of my work, and you're going to make 2 of these, so you'll have 2 arms. And yeah, then let me show you the next process. So for the next process, you're going to attach the back panel of 15 to the 2 front panel like this. I hope you guys can see. So I'm just going to attach here at the top and show you guys how it looks like. So I'm going to attach my front and back panel here at the top till here, and I'm going to leave space here till here and attach till here. You just have to work with the measurements of your arm. Just place it right above here and see where you should sew your pieces together so that you'll have space here around the middle so you can put your arm through. So for the ribbing, you're going to make a slip knot and you're going to chain 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and you're going to chain 1 more, so you'll have 12. And then after this, you're going to do half double crochets just like you were doing with the squares. You're going to go into the first loop and do a half double crochet across this whole row. Let me just zoom in so you guys can see clearly. So once you're done with this row, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. So in this case, you're going to yarn over, and in the first space, instead of inserting your hook here, you're going to do it on the back loop like so. Yarn over and into the back loop, do a half double crochet. So instead of doing it at the front, you're going to use the back loops, and you can see there's a difference here. It's already looking like how it's supposed to look. So you're just going to be doing half double crochets on the back loop, and you're going to do this until you get to your wrist size, which is about 15 centimeters. And you're going to be repeating this for the middle ribbing, and I'll just put the measurements on the screen so you can see how long your Once you're done with the ribbing for your wrist, put it against your hand like this so you can make sure it fits your wrist. And I'll show you once I'm done. For the middle ribbing and the bottom ribbing, I chained 11 and worked half double crochets on the back loop. So to attach the ribbing, you're going to take 1 loop from the side of the square and take the other side and your needle and pull through. So you just take 1 loop from this side and 1 loop from the other side, and you attach just like this, and you're going to do this until your ribbing is all around your work. This is my bottom ribbing that I'm working on, and you have to make sure that you're doing it on the working side so this side can be neater. So just repeat this process all around, putting your needle across one loop and across the other one. Once again, make sure you're on the working side so it's neater on the outside. So once you've attached the ribbing to the rest of your cardigan, this is how it should look like. Done. I've attached the bottom ribbing, the middle ribbing, and the ribbing to the sleeves. And when I wear it, this is the overall result that I really like. So this is the back. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. So